Hello aspirants, I am Indumati Karthikeyan from InKar IAS Academy. Today we discuss about the Indian Constitution versus US Constitutions. Based on the political parties, India considered as a two major national political parties, that is INC and BJP. But there are many hundreds of regional and smaller parties in the political scene. But considered as a UNA, there are two political parties. They are Republican Party and Democratic Party. In consideration of the head of state, the elected head of the government of India is a Prime Minister. He is the executive head. The President is only a nominal head. But in case of USA, the President is the head of the state. The President is constitutional head of state in India. Citizen cast their vote to elect their representative to the Lok Sabha. The party that is wins the majority of seats in the Lok Sabha and gets invited by the president to form the government. The leader of that party becomes a prime minister. He is the real head. Election of the Lok Sabha are held every 5 years generally. In case of USA, the citizen casts their ballot in every state to select the member for the electoral college who can be cast the electoral votes for the president. The president holds office for 4 years term. In the government, we can opt parliamentary form of government. In case of USA, they can opt the presidential form of the government. The government can lose the mandate if its majority cannot be proved in the Lok Sabha. Then that is the no confidence motion. It's happened in the Lok Sabha. Then all the parties should go out from the Lok Sabha. This would lead to midterm elections. In case of USA, the president is not dependent on the strength of the party in Congress. The remains in the power for the 4 years term unless he is impeached or incapacitated. Presidential form of government is different from parliamentary form of government. In case of cabinet, let us consider India. The prime minister appoints a member of the cabinet from his party or the supporting his coalition, that is they can support the party. They are become a cabinet ministers. In case of USA, president nominates cabinet members and sends them to the Senate for the confirmation. If the cabinet members need not be Congress member, they should be a industrial experts. In case of the legislative body, India, the parliament is the supreme legislative body. In case of USA, Congress is the legislature of the USA. In India, we can opt the bicameral legislation, which is consist of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and the President of India. In the Senate, the House of Representatives are the two chambers of the Congress. Lok Sabha, the House of People, that is member are elected by the people. They are 545 members. In case of Rajya Sabha, the Council of State, which is called Council of State, members are elected by the State Legislative Assembly. Its total membership is around 245 members. The House of Representatives, commonly referred to as House, is the lower house, while the Senate is the upper house. The world arena, the strong and powerful house, upper house, is present only in the USA. In case of all the countries, the upper house has less power. But in US condition, the most powerful house is upper house. Legislation authority. In India, there is no strict separation of power. But USA, there is having a clear separation of power between the executive, the legislature, and also the judiciary. The executive is a part of elected legislature and remains in power, while in the house is in motion. The prime minister cannot override the legislature to make any laws in India. At the same time, a bill becomes a law only when both houses passed and also signed by the President of India. The President can send any bill back to the Parliament for consideration if it's deemed to be fit, but it is passed again, then it should be it must be signed in the Indian arena. But in USA, the law passed by the Congress can be voted by the president. He can send it back for consideration, and also he can also bypass the Congress and issue an executive order which has the force of law. So, however, the Congress can override the veto by obtaining two-third majority in both the houses. But in Indian cases, Supreme Court is the supreme authority. Maybe he can strike down any law if it's unconstitutional. In case of federalism, India has said to be a case of cooperative federalism, but USA it has a federal system with each state having its own constitution. But in Indian condition, we are having only one constitution for the whole country. India is neither purely federal nor purely unitary. It is a federal structure with a strong center. In case of India, union of states meaning states have no authority to secede from India. In case of USA, here the power to share between the federal government and also the state government. These are the major uh, comparison between the Indian and US constitution. Thank you so much.